Good morning, everybody. This is Professor with Day Trading for Success. So today we are going to start by trading the new open strategy. So I have a bunch more information. This is continuing to progress. Some pretty exciting stuff was figured out on how to, some of the problems. Well, first of all, this is an entertainment channel. Let me put this up. I am not a licensed financial advisor. Make sure that you seek the advice of somebody that's licensed before you try to emulate or copy any of this trading, and that you seek the advice of someone that you trust. This is for entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. So we're going to show you all kinds of new strategies and demonstrations live of those strategies. So, basically, to understand, it's like everybody in the studio here and that's here with me today on Zoom, they know how to trade. They all have their own strategies, and they don't need a new strategy. They can just do just fine with the other strategies. So the idea of day trading for success is to find new strategies, and sometimes they may look alien because all the people that are doing well by whatever strategy that they're using, they don't want to try something new. Why should they? Right? But here's the thing, guys, strategies don't work the same for everybody, right? What might be working for you, somebody else consistently fails with, but yet you can say, oh, I know the strategy is great. Well, it's not great for everyone. So, we're going to continue to bring new strategies in here that we beta test, that we understand before, as sometimes it's a messy process. We're putting them out there. And we're trying to come up with stuff that can make you $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 a day, $500 a day. This is all community share. So there will be some people that are just don't understand it, and that's okay. But you might want to give it a shot. But if you're already a successful trader, most likely you're not watching this video. But if you're struggling and you're looking for something that might better fit you, you might be here, and we really want to hear from you. Email or comments about strategies that are working for you. Help us help everybody with something that maybe is a little bit different, because almost all strategies, look, we all have the same charts. We all have the same stocks. It's just how do you look at it and how do you trade? Everybody looks at things a little bit differently. So we try to get all kinds of points of view, because certain things fit some people better than others. Like I was saying, you might be doing great and somebody else might be doing terrible with the same strategy. I mean, with the RV strategy here, we have at least 2 millionaires that have happened since March of 2023, since we started showing that brand new strategy, which is just revolutionary. And that's linked, by the way, Day Trading Volume 1 on this video and the other videos, along with, I'll just get it done real quick, along with Volume 2, which is the Candlestick Pattern Playbook. You need to know your candlestick pattern. It's the only book that has a rating system. Those are both put out by the $1 Million Margin Club. And the last one of theirs, before I promote other authors, is the Candlestick Mastery, 66 Candlesticks to Professional Become a God. I don't know, whatever the title. It'll be linked. Those are 3 books by the $1 Million Margin Club, which is a group of professional traders. Then you have Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. So you have fundamental analysis for long-term trading. You want to understand how strong is that equity, that stock that you're holding a long position in for your retirement or whatever, your IRA, right? And you might want to do a fundamental analysis on that. It doesn't hurt to do it on every stock, quite frankly, even for day trading, but most people will not. So they use technical analysis, and that's done by all technical analysis is based on historical data. We're going to talk about that just briefly before we start trading here this morning with this brand new strategy. And then finally, there's mental analysis, knowing yourself. If you don't know yourself, you're never going to really, I don't want to say never, but it would be much more difficult for you to become a profitable day trader. That's why there's only 5% out of 100%, 95% failure, however you want to look at it, is because nothing trains us in our life to trade the stock market. You have to come up with it, and to come up with new lessons that we are not taught, you have to really understand how you are. Mark Douglas really dives deep into that in Trading in the Zone, so I highly recommend you read that. Another great book is Tom Hougaard's book, Best Loser Wins, which can give you the guts to hold on to trades that to take them to their full potential. So he's not really into setting a a stop out for profit. Yes, for losses, but not for profit. So it's a different perspective. Another book you should read. So make sure you read this disclaimer. Oops. Okay, so we're going to be doing Apple today on the open strategy. So what is this new strategy, guys? There's a couple things that have changed, and I'm pretty excited about telling you about, because the biggest problem that we were having, that the people beta testing were having this new strategy that the $1 Million Margin Club is writing a book about, and they want us to, all these different traders to test it, is how do you find the stock? You know, you don't have enough time in the morning if each stock doesn't meet the parameters. So trying to get that, and you know, the whole strategy is based on a pre-market range. When that range is broken, that's when you get in, whether it be high or whether it be low. That's when you jump in. You're waiting and waiting and waiting, and the second it breaks that level, you jump in. This is just during the open strategy, first 15 minutes of the open of the market. That's why it's called the open strategy. They have 4 of them they're putting out. The book is not out yet, so I won't have a link to that book. But this is what they did with the RV strategy. They put it out to, you know, thousands of traders to beta test. And that's why, you know, and then they kept tweaking it until it worked. So that strategy, I have tons of videos in the archives. You might want to look into that, or just get the book because it's not that expensive. One day of understanding it, and you'll make far more than what you paid for the book. But the open strategy, the problem we've been having is after it breaks the pre-market level. I mean, will it break the pre-market level? You set up this, I got sidetracked there. Lost my thought process, but you go to the trouble setting this up 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half hour, whatever it might be, based on the stocks that come up on the scanner. And right now it's a price range between $5 and $500 and an ATR of at least 5 and above. That's an average true range of $5 or more. Those are the only 2 settings you really need to go look for your stocks to start with, right? And then you mark them out. So the ones that we're marking out today is on the pre-market based on, and we're going to be trading right at the open. Let me open up this 5-minute. Now it looks like a big jumble up mess right here. But if you were going to go to the, let's just go to the pre-market here. So I've marked these right now off of this level. Now this might change. I just put this in here. And I was marking the profit lines all over the place, and I just deleted a bunch in the middle once I got this. This is how I did it, because you don't have enough time, right? So I marked the profit lines within the upper and lower of the ATRs. There's the low down there. Here's the high. I'll tell you how we get to that. And then I put profit lines through the entire thing, because you can't put the last line, pre-market line, until 9:15. So this is from 7:30, right there, to 9:15 right here. So yeah, it was just, well, this, I marked it here, and thank goodness it didn't change. So I marked it right there. So you're looking for the low and the high in between that time, not at the exact time, in between that time. What are the highs? What are the lows? So, oh, I was going to say, wait, what are we doing way over here? Yeah, so here's 7:30. So this was the highest we could go from 7:30 a.m., lowest we could go from 9:15 right here. So then it's kind of hidden underneath the Fibonacci, but there's a pre-market high, there's the pre-market low. Now, what is the price in between that? So, and Alan wrote this down over here. So there's 93 cents in between these 2 levels, guys, between this and this. So you create a center line. That's the center. I'm going to try not to lose you here. It's really not, once you do this a few times, it's really easy. So you're marking it out. Then you're figuring the distance between the 2 in money, not only to set that center line, which I'll tell you why I have that back in here again, but also you want to do that to figure out what is your rating on this stock. So you're going to take your best guess by looking at a day chart that this might be a good one, and then you want to know what is the percentage that this will break this level when it starts trading, one of these levels. So how do you figure out what the percentage is? The lower the lower your percentage is, like 30, 25, 20, 15, 10%, the lower the number, that you're about to figure out, the more likely it will break this. God, I'm making this sound way more confusing what it is. So you look at the difference between the ATR high and low, how much money, and then you look at how much money between the pre-market high and low. You divide this number, which was 93 cents, into the ATR, which the whole price was $4.70. So you divided that into there and you got your percentage. So this stock rated at 20%. So what does that mean? That means that it has an 80% chance to break this level this morning. So that's cool. So that's the mathematical formula to figure that out. So it's going to break an 80% chance. And why is that? Just more simply put, this range is really tight. 93 cents, it's pretty likely it's going to break a 93-cent range and get out of here somewhere. We don't know how far. Now, once it breaks one of these ranges up or down, that's the sign of a trend. And then when do you get out of the trade? You get in the second it breaks. Let's just say it's going to go long. So you get in the second it breaks, right? And now what are these levels here? So these levels are based on historical data. Now, I could have gone back here, but I found closer levels right here. So let me just go here. So here's what I did, right? Basically, finding the mean average of some of these candlesticks, tops, wicks, and bodies, I created places to just get out of the trade as it's going up. So that's all. It's just guidelines based on historical data. Where did this turn around before on a 5-minute chart? Where did it stop and turn around? It may do it again. It may not. But once you break it into a trend, you're looking for a way to safely make some money. Now, the other thing, now you'll be trading on a 1-minute chart, which is right here. So when it breaks, this is a 15-minute chart. I didn't really go over. This is a 1-minute. This is a scalper's indicator. This is available for free on the channel. I have a day chart down here, level 2. This is the active trader. What are you doing, kitten? Are you going to walk in front of me in a minute? 15-minute. This is another 5-minute, and you got to keep passing the screen. Can you go? Yeah, go by. You got to go by the whole screen. Go bother somebody else in the studio. Jeez. And then a 5-minute, and then another. This is for the news. This is for the SPY. This is another 5-minute. This is a 1 hour. This is a 4 hour. Now, some of these are used for the RV strategy. I'm using it for the open strategy now. So I did the same thing, by the way, for the profit levels below the pre-market low right down here too. So if I have confused you enough, I don't know. But what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the price action to break one of these levels, and then we're going to start trading, and then we're going to get out on the profit levels. And what I was going to start to explain is, once you get out of it, the way the rules read for the most successful traders that trade it this way, that's why it's called beta testing. Maybe you don't want to trade it this way. I'm giving you what thousands and thousands of hours spent by hundreds and hundreds of traders figured out where you could make the most profit if you followed these rules. So you can never go short when you're above the pre-market high. You can never go long when you're above the pre-market low. That's rule number 1. So you're waiting to go long again. When you get out, when you take profit on a candle, you have to wait for the next candle, like say it's above, and you go and you take a profit. You have to wait for the next candle to be green and breaking the next level. Then you can get in and get out at the next profit level or beyond. You can see right here that doesn't happen here until it re-breaks. Well, this is a 5-minute chart, but let's just say it wasn't. Then you have another opportunity right here as it breaks the level green. And then down here, you'd have opportunities to go short. Now, we're only going to trade for 15 minutes. This is pre-market. I'm just giving you examples on a pre-market. But you'll see when I trade live. So I'll only be trading for 15 minutes. I'll be waiting for it to break the level. I'll be going over these things again as I'm trading and as we're trading here. A lot of people look at this strategy as one and done. The second it breaks, take your first trade, ride it as far as you can, get out. Now, you never trade on the first candle. You're waiting for all the market orders to shake out. We'll all be trading 1,000 shares on Apple. No problem being picked up. I think I've gone over this with you before. I don't think Apple's a problem anyway. You can just see here. These are multiplied by 100. There's 2,000. There's 1,200, that are just sitting in here. And half to 70% of this is hidden. But also now Charles Schwab, you're not even going through the main exchange. You're going through internal Charles Schwab. They've got the money to buy all your shares or sell all, back and forth. They handle it all now. That's why they're kind of their own dark pool. Now, they may not do it, but they have the capability of doing it. You can ask them to do it if you want. You don't necessarily get the best ask or the best bid price, depending on if you're going long or short. Keep that in mind, but you will always get filled. That's what they promise. Fill within 0.02 seconds of the time you press that button. And they give you 3.7 times the share size. That's why you always get filled. They make 3.7 times available from what might be out here. So that's why it's just like, if you're doing large share size, it's a no-brainer. You're going to have some slippage, but check with them. Don't, again, I'm not a financial advisor. So we've got just a few minutes, guys. Everybody's ready to go. We've been gearing up. Now, a lot of these guys have been trading the open strategy every single morning. I've kind of got the open strategy group here that have come in to trade with me. And the news is good on this. So we already knew that only trading above pre-market, only trade green candles and only trade red candles below pre-market. That changed everything, made it way more successful when we did that. Now, the next thing that has changed since I've traded is that rating system that, of course, will be in the book to find the stocks based on the pre-market range and the ATR range, dividing them into each other so you can try to find a stock that has a low percentage of a pre-market range versus the total range it can move in the ATR, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's going to move a long way in the ATR, and you've got this real tight pre-market, so you pretty much know it's going to break it. And because they were trading stocks that never broke, you just sit there and watch them. So if you have this huge, pre-market range, you may never get to trade if you follow the rules. So so they figured out a way that you're always getting the action. That's the thing about these strategies too. I mean, there's a lot of strategies out there that people trade, and they may only work one day a week, and they know that, like day traders. We're trying to come up with something that you could literally sit down any day and trade and make $100, $200, $400, whatever it might be. Okay, so guys, I'll be trading market. We're just about to get into it. Now, there's lots of videos that explain what this layout is. I have this layout available for free, as well as 10 custom scripts that I've done that are totally for free that you can move over to Thinkorswim. This is one of them. The green are the buyers. The red are the sellers. This is the sentiment inside. The blue is the volume. This is combining a bunch of indicators at once for instant past data that has just happened. You also have the volume profile in here for intraday. This is extremely important. Now, on the open strategy, these things don't come into play quite as much as they do on the RV strategy or the escalator strategy, but it's still a good idea to have them. So the market I knew this was going to happen. The market just opened, so we're not going to do anything in the first minute. So it looks like we're on the center line right now going up. So it looks like we might be, first of all, I just want to see if it's reconciling pretty good. It looks like it is. Good. Okay. So I'll be looking at the market maker right after 1 minute has passed. So that would be 9:31 a.m. on the East Coast, New York Stock Exchange of the United States. It is hanging around the point of control right now. So all these market orders are shaking out. Wow, this is just out of control down here. Trying to get the scalpers indicator set up so I don't have to look at it again. I'll be waiting for it to break either $217.14 to go short or $218.07 to go long. I'll be looking right here to make that decision, and I have to make it fast. And then I have to get out fast. And then I'll be looking at these profit lines and the strength. Wow, look at that. That's telling you this is about to go up. See all this come in? It's going to pull this point of control up, and our price action is going to be, I'm 90% sure we're going to be going long today. There goes the point of control. It just popped up. So now we'd like to see this price action go above it, and this could possibly stop it too, but there it comes again. So it's definitely stair step. There it comes again. So this is why setting this for intraday is really important. What is happening here is we have a lot of shares being traded. See down here. That's another thing why this is so good. So it's kind of stalling, but it keeps coming above the point of control. Now this is averaging from 4 a.m. this morning till right now, previous volume action at a certain price range. But people watch it. There it goes, see? So I'm getting ready to go in. If it, you guys, everybody's ready, right? So we have to wait for it to break that level to follow the rules. So it could happen in a split second, but you've got to look right here. And as I get in, we'll talk about a little bit more. I need to concentrate just a little. This open strategy and doing videos at the same time can be a little tricky. The RV strategy is a little easier to do, but I only have like sometimes 4 seconds. Now it doesn't have to be that way, but I'm trying to take my profit to the. And I'd love to ride this if it breaks it here. I'd love to ride this. I see that didn't get marked profit, but this is just so you guys can see. Green is above, red is below. Shorting, long. And it almost broke it right there. But depending on the strength of this move through and where this point of control is, where this is, you can't look at this first candle. So we're looking at these right now. Buyers are falling off a little bit on this volume with the volume. So it's not a strong breakthrough if it breaks through right now. Point of control just popped up again. This thing's about to slam through here. So, yeah, we want to watch this to go up, not down, even though that's a red candle. That's a spinning top. Learn your candlestick patterns, by the way, guys. It's a little early to count on them because the market just opened, but you need to know what the patterns mean. And to me, this is about to pop because of this point of control just stepped up 3 times. And that to me means we're about to go. So I'm looking at 1807 right here to 1807. The second I see anything there or above, I'm going to go in long. And then my breakdown is, my sellout is the center line would be my stop loss of the pre-market. That's my stop loss, just so you know ahead of time. It's coming up, almost hit it. God, when it goes, it's going to go fast. It's the only part I really don't like about this. I would go in right now, but I'm following the rules. But I would plan on this going through right now of the data that I see. But I'm going to wait till it actually breaks the pre-market. It's safer. This is what the beta testing is all about. So this is an exhilarating, exciting type of strat. Well, I missed it. I had to get it at 1812. Okay, so I've got to get ready to get out quick. I'm going to take the first profit line. See if we keep, whoa, that was good. That was good. I'm going to just take that. What did I get that at? 49. That might keep going. Now, I can't trade this till it hits the next candle. So when this closes, so that was $360. That wasn't bad. Now, a lot of people call this one and done, and they just stop, But what if this just started to go crazy and break this ATR? I would definitely either way have reversed there. I saw it slowing down. And I just said, take your profit. What if it suddenly goes boom and you're way down? But it keeps acting like it's going to go up here further. Let's see. Now, this is a pretty big red candle. I don't like to see that kind of a drop to get back in on one of these little lines. I would have to. So we followed the rules and got in right when it said I could have taken profit here. I think I took it about right there at 1850. Which seems about right. I got in a little higher than the level. Now technically I could take this trade, but I'm not feeling very confident with it. I've got to tell you, because it says that after on the next candle when it breaks the level, because it opened down there below it and then broke it. So I could have been really quick and taken that. But sellers are coming away. Look at the scalping indicator on sellers. Wow. See, and I could have easily got caught up in a loss right there. So if it's not the center line, then I would get out. Now, remember, I can't trade in between these levels here. No trades. And then I need it to break out. But because of this red, I need some confirmation up into this area before I even think about getting back in and climbing. Because it's kind of breaking the trend. This is a tweezer move down. This would mean you're going to go down. So remember, learn the candlestick pattern playbook. There's a link to that. And this book will be coming out sometime soon. And I know a lot of other channels promote the $1 Million Margin Club as well. And, you know, so you can get the book or just go to Amazon. Those are their books. But I do have a link to all of them. So everybody's just chomping at the bit for the new one to come out because they're the only, really the only writers that put out exact strategies. In the day trading volume 1 is a large cap strategy. I'd never seen one before till I got their book. So, and I was lucky enough to beta test this. So this is not giving me any opportunities here. I started to say that one and done. A lot of people just walk away, you know, $200-300, great day, go off and live their life. And that's kind of the idea behind this strategy. But they are working with 4 different time frames. So, and I don't want to get too caught up in explaining stuff and miss a move here, but they're going to be doing this time between 7:30 and 9:15. And then there's another one that's the last 30-minute candle that stops at 9 o'clock, marking that high and low at a half hour before market opens, I should say. Then there's another one, the first 5-minute open session candle to close that high and low, and then you wait for those to break. And then finally, a 15-minute. Now, you've probably heard of some of those strategies because they're all over the place. They're not new, but when to get in and when to get out, the idea of only trading green candles above and red candles below, setting historical data profit levels, you know, giving you tighter parameters is what the key is, so that you're not all over the board. Everybody tests it and trades it, and it's right now. I'm impressed. It worked again. Every single time I've traded it, it's worked. You've seen me struggle in the beginning when they had that 5-cent deal that you had to get out, but it's up to you to set your own stop loss. So mine are halfway down the candle once I'm in action, if I'm in a move, and my other ones are if it breaks pre-market, if I go above and then I barely didn't get to a profit line, or I held longer, if it got to the center line, which is this was in here early on, like 3 or 4 months ago. Now it's back again, basically to manage your losses, is what that line's for. Wow. Okay, so we're waiting for it to break that level. I think that's 14. Oh, it already broke it. Wow. So I'm in at higher than I should be, but it looked like yeah. Okay. So now I sell to get out. Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh my God. I am so stupid. Oh my God. I thought I went short. Okay. Well, so when you have a bad trader, stuff like that can happen. Oh my God. That's why we beta test. I get talking to you guys, and oh my God, that was so stupid. So I should be another $300 plus right here. So this is a good move, and I haven't even taken profit yet, which is interesting. I just, wow, I feel so dumb. I try, guys, I try. Okay. I mean, we're doing okay. Boy, that fib definitely makes me want to buy out. Now, this would have to go halfway up, theoretically, for me to get out of this move. So I'm going to play it to the fib. That is a shadow wick. That's not real. I'm going to play this. Price action would have to be like 216.70. It's way down here at 250. Now it's at 215.98. So I got to buy out, not sell again. Jesus. This is a great move going down, though, and I can't even remember what I was talking about with you guys, but before I made that gaffe. But keep in mind, this should be $300 higher if I had followed the strategy correctly. Instead, I went the wrong way. I started to see me go red. I'm like, how am I red? It was $300 red before I realized what I was doing. Oh, my God, huh? All right, so now that's my cat in the background, bothers everybody, feeds her, so she's getting fat now. Again, shadow wick. Not real. Look at the price action. This is set super sensitively. This is so strong going down. I'm going to hold it. I'm not going to take these profit lines. Plus, I'd like to get back some of that. I'd be over 1,000 right now with just 2 trades. This is just a second trade. So this is great. Here we go. Wow. Oh my God. This is a great trade. All right, so don't be too hard on me on the comments, guys. I got a lot going on here. But I like this. This is a great move, too, so it's a no-brainer move. But I feel this. Okay, so now this candle's starting to turn green, so I'd want to be careful here. So if this candle goes up halfway, yeah, that's it. I'm going to get out right there. Okay. Wasn't quite halfway, but it was enough to. That was a great trade. I'm 12 minutes into the 15-minute trade, and I think I kind of maxed that out below the fib. Well, there it goes. So I could have got I could have even got a better position. It didn't really go halfway up either, but I got out mostly because I wanted to bank that, and I'm still concerned that there's going to be a big, and then I lose $500 before I can cover the trade. So overall, that was highly successful. This would be close to somewhere over 1,400 had I not made that stupid trade and gone the wrong way. As I was going short, I bought as I broke the pre-market low. You all saw it. I can't hide from it. I could not release this video, I suppose, but I won't do that. So I think that I do make mistakes. I have to tell myself that. That's the problem, right? I need a personal conversation with Mark Douglas, but I'd have to die because he's not here anymore. And I'm not sure we're both going the same way, so if I ever get a chance to talk to him. But anyway, and is there day trading in heaven? I hope so. I hope there's day trading in heaven. Yeah, I'm not a particularly religious guy, guys, but some people are probably saying, blasphemy! Anyway, so we got a minute and a half. Is there anybody that did bad? Is there a single person that's red? No? Good. What's mine is 1140. Somebody's only 800. I'm happy for you that you're below me. Everybody else is above me. So I definitely messed up there. So it was easy to follow the rules, right? Did he do the exact same thing? Oh, okay, so he did the exact same thing. He made the same error that I did. That's why he's similar numbers. Everybody else did it exactly like you were supposed to do it, and they're all between $1,300 and $1,500, right? What's the high? 1620. Outstanding. Now, we can't trade this going up, even if I wasn't distracted right now. There is no trade here. I mean, this is a possible trade, but after a green candle like that, I would not take this trade. Now, often what happens after the first 15 minutes, which is one of the reasons it's beta tested that way, is you start to get consolidation, much tighter wherever it is in its position. Things just start to go much shorter candles, and it gets to be more and more difficult. So at this point, what I found out, I usually switch to the RV strategy, but what I found out is that I wait for it to break the pre-market again and come back and make a more definitive move one way or the other instead of trying to play these. Because according to the strategy, if it's a red candle and it broke another level, you can go in and take profit at the next level, which is really short there. That's a fib, but, and then ride it down. But you can't trade on a green candle if you're below the pre-market low. That stopped people from losing a lot of money. Now, if you're really good for scalping, you probably could have caught that, and but then you're not really trading a specific strategy, guys. So that's the thing. This is a specific strategy, and it might not be for you. You might say, I don't want all these lines. You might say, I only trade after 10 o'clock. I only trade after the power hour. I only buy dips. I only go long. Whatever. We all do all that stuff too, But this is kind of a fun. I should be careful. I find trading fun. I find this exhilarating and exciting to go in the open. I don't like to make mistakes like I did, but the possibility that I can at any time just makes it more exciting, right? You never know what's really going to happen. Besides the probabilities of the market, it's the probability of your own ability. You know, how often will you not do the right thing? And you guys, if you've watched every video, you've probably seen me have done that 10 times on various strategies. I just get caught up. I got used to doing hotkey. I'm obviously being defensive here, but I did get used to doing hotkeys, and I feel like I had less mistakes with those. But I want you guys to see my moves clearly, so I've switched to buttons, and I did hotkeys mostly on Lightspeed. On Charles Schwab, these actually work better than the buttons on Lightspeed, so I kind of like. And Charles Schwab has gotten faster and faster, and now with this whole their own internal dark pool, if you want to call it, that always gets you filled. I mean, I had been making deals with them prior to. You know, you could always talk to your manager and your account and stuff to try to make sure you get filled if you're willing to pay something. They've been having something like that for a while, but now it's opened up to like everybody, as far as I know, and they just make a crap load more money, so they're happy to do it, right? They're happy to do it. They're making all the fee instead of it going through the other exchange, so they're getting big bucks. Every single person that trades. And now with all the exchange rates have gone up from, if you didn't know, on May 22nd, they went up from $8 per million that you traded in trading fees, $8 for every million shares that you moved. It went up to $27.80 per million. So over triple. So that is painful if you're taking 100 trades, and they're all like before NVIDIA split, you did 100 trades, you'd be paying, $20 a friggin' trade, almost when you did 1,000 shares. It can add up fast, a couple $1,000 in trades. And that reminds me of how Lightspeed used to be. But now that's everywhere across the board, and people are making money, and it's not us, who's ever making all those fees. I'm not quite exactly sure where that's being allotted, but it's just another way to hurt the day trader, right? So now people are starting to ask me as they're starting to see it, and you're getting a lot of emails about it. What do I do? Well, you take less trades. If you were that tight, if you're only trading, first of all, if you're only trading 10 shares or 25 shares, it's still pennies that you're paying. It's nothing. But if you're trading 500 shares, and it's a Microsoft or something, you might, if you take 50 trades, you might be paying $200, $300, $400. So you need to either be being very successful and not just trying to carve out $100 like that, or lower share size, less expensive stock, or fewer trades. So there's all kinds of ways to get around it. And this was only 2 round trip trades I just did, and it should be $1,500. So that was it. 2 round trip trades. That's all I did here. And it wasn't that expensive, really. I mean, 1,000 times $200. So it wasn't. It was like, what is that? Like $7 a trade. So I'm paying like $14 with these new fees, if I just quickly did the math on that. I used to be a math teacher, but that doesn't mean anything really. So my simple math is not very good. Anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up if you want, and community share. Give us any ideas you have that you want us to try to show, some strategy. I'd love to get the ideas to show, or if you have feedback on this strategy. I know a lot of people are already trading this, even though the book's not out. Remember, we're in beta testing, so don't send me a nasty email. Oh, you didn't tell me this. We don't know the whole strategy yet, but we certainly knew enough to make, $1,620. Somebody did. So, again, it's not for everybody. Trade in a sim first. Be careful. Trade in the open is really exciting, but it can be, you can lose too. So you got to be careful. Have your tight stop losses. Trade in a sim first. Get used to this in a simulator first. Okay, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Stay inquisitive out there. Stay green. Go green. All right. And I'll see you next time.